We often hear a great deal about professional athletes here in America. There's an all-access pass into their personal lives, relationships, contracts, and careers. But rarely do we hear about the success of international players. Today, we get an inside peek in the life of a very successful international basketball player, Clarence Gilbert Westbrook. And also joining us today is Clarence's beautiful wife of 7 years, Shalay Westbrook. Now, Clarence, before we get into your international success, let's talk a little bit about your collegiate career at the University of Missouri, where you also graduated. You helped lead your team to the Elite Eight your senior year, and you still hold many records at the university today. How did your experience and accomplishments there lead you to play abroad?
Well, at the University of Missouri, I was very successful individually and as a team. And, the first thing about it is every collegiate player, wherever he may be, wants to have dreams of playing in the NBA. And after a great deal of success at the University of Missouri, it has a lot of things went good or bad. Well, it didn't lead me to the NBA, but I took my talents from internationally and started at Italy and played many places, but that's how I got going to playing overseas.
Okay. You're in your 8th year of international success, and your career spans several continents. Talk to us about where you've traveled and some of your most memorable experiences as an international player.
Well, I played in Italy, Slovenia, Greece, Spain, Turkey, Bosnia, Israel, Brazil, and I think the most interesting place I ever lived was Israel because it's the Holy Land, and just the whole experience there you get to see. I mean, there's just a different feeling there. A lot of different places. Everywhere is different from America, but I guess it's tough. First of all, living over there, you got to get adjusted to everything. It's a whole different change of lifestyle, and I always felt I was a tough enough person to survive anything. So when I took when I traveled abroad to play basketball, I just made the adjustment quick and I guess had a lot of success.
All right, real quick, I want you to ask the questions from the chair so they can give me a little more FaceTime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's at an angle.
Oh, I
He's
see.
looking back in.
Okay. That's a good idea. Yeah, in interviews they do sit across.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So should we do the move?
You want to? I mean, I can edit it in, but
Okay.
if you want to go ask the questions, you
Two
can.
to you.
No, you good.
You good?
No, I'm good.
The move from America to living abroad must be challenging. You have to become accustomed to new foods, time zones, language barriers, and the like. How do you prepare yourself for such transitions year to year?
Well, when I first started out, it was more than challenging. It was, there were times I wanted to cry, but as time went on, I realized I was traveling the world for free. People pay millions of dollars to travel these beautiful places and see all these different countries, and I was doing it for free. So once I got over that hump, my first year, to me it was like working a job, which it is, and the adjustment gets easier and easier. The hardest thing is just being away from family, but playing basketball abroad for me is just like working a job.
You've mentioned before that many of your closest friends are NBA players. Tell us, how is life different for you as an international player in comparison to your NBA counterparts?
I guess life is totally different because more than anything, in European basketball, you make money. They pay your salary basically from sponsorships. So you can be in a gym of 200 people, and you can think like, how do we get paid? How do we make But everything is all sponsorship. Whereas in the NBA, ticket sales and all these other advertisement dollars. So it's a big difference in the travel. You can be on an 18-hour bus ride, and they can fly across country and be from Miami to LA in 6 hours. So it's totally different, and the pay is totally different. So but it's totally different.
Okay. Okay, so there's a lot of adjustment concerns or adjustment issues that a lot of people here don't realize as an international player you have to go through or you face.
Yeah, it's a big adjustment, and it's really tough, but you know, it's a good living, and you can do well over there.
Did you ever expect your career to last this long, and how long do you plan to play internationally?
Yeah, I expected it to last this long, even longer. You know, I think if you prepare and you're serious about your craft, you can play as long as you're willing. And for me, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna play. I haven't, you know, you juggle that thing towards the end of the road, and we'll see. You just keep playing until that day comes. No one wishes for that day. You don't want that day to come, but it comes. It's coming.
What lessons has this experience afforded you, and what will you tell your children about your experiences when they're older?
Well, the good thing about it, my family gets to travel the world for free and come and see me play internationally, so they get to see how I live, see how my day-to-day life over there. So they get to tell their friends about, you know, the international. I've been to Spain or I've been to Turkey, and that's another good thing that comes out of playing internationally. But you know, when I sit down one day and, you know, sit down with my kids and really tell them about it, I just tell them, you know, hey, Daddy did it the rough way, but he did it.
Let's switch gears here and talk about family and the balancing act. Shanae, we'd like to hear from you. How do you handle life without Clarence when he's away?
It's very, very difficult, very challenging at times, but I do have a great support system. My family is here as well as his family, so I get a lot of help with the kids, and we do visit. I used to travel with him more, but since the kids have started school and we've gotten more settled, I don't get to travel that much. So it is difficult. It is an adjustment. I mean, every time he leaves, when I know, you know, he's going to be in the air for like 18 hours, I don't sleep. You know, I don't sleep. I'm just praying, oh, I hope he gets there safe. And it's a lot of worrying, but prayer. I stay prayed up because you just don't know.
Clarence, same question. How difficult is it for you to be away? I mean, you must miss events like birthdays, holidays, school events. How difficult is it for you to leave and to be away?
Oh, it's very difficult. Of course, we talk 100 times a day, rather it's via webcam or on the telephone, and it's sad, but you know, I just try to do the best I can to put my family in the best situation. So you know, at the end of the day, I say, hey, it's a big sacrifice, you know. So it's a big sacrifice, and it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make any day of the week for my family.
We have to mention the children, Shanae. How do they adjust to the changes?
Well, Shelby, my oldest, she's a little more adjusted. She knows that Daddy travels for his job. And my son, he's 2. So the webcam is a big thing in our house. We all gather around the webcam to talk to Daddy like daily. And I try to show him pictures of his dad, and you know, every night, and he kisses the photo. And so I think he will soon get to where my daughter is, knowing that Daddy's at work. You know, he works in Europe, but they know that Daddy loves them, and they know that he's just away at work and he's home for holidays, and we visit, and it's just the way we live. So it's the norm for us.
Okay. This is one of the things I just want to ask. So how do you all, when you're together, how precious is that time as a family? And tell us some of the things that you enjoy doing when everyone is together.
Well, we love dining out. Right? That would be one of the things that we love to do as a family. We love to dine out. Vacationing is big for us. We would lie out by the pool all day long. My kids love it. We love it. We would even, like, living in South Florida, it's such a beautiful vacation spot in itself. So we would go to Miami and get a nice hotel and just lay out with a lot of food. And it's the simple things, really, just being around each other. And my daughter, when she sees her father, she just smiles all day. And she look at me and she give me a smile like he's here, and I'm smiling too. And we're just all very happy to anything that's together. and simple and laid back we love.
And tell us, let's get a little intimate here. How do you keep your marriage fresh? How do you keep it spicy?
Ooh. With technology today, you just got to get creative. Webcams, video phones. How we keep it fresh, baby? Distance makes the heart grow fonder. So when we do see each other, it's all good.
Okay. And also, switching gears a little bit more, the two of you, with all that you have going on, and Clarence, you're an international player, you're a husband, you're a father, Shelley, you're a wife, a mother, you got your hands full, but the two of you are still committed to making an impact in your community where you both grew up. Before we end, tell us about your community charity work and how you give back to your community.
Well, along with my husband and my sisters, we founded a charity called In His Shoes, where we donate a brand new pair of unworn sneakers to deserving children. This is actually our second year, so it's still new, but it's just something that we just love to do. And my husband, being that he has traveled the world, he has seen poverty on a level that we can't even comprehend here in America.
And also, Clarence, I'd like for you to shed some light and give some advice maybe to some of the collegiate players or some of the young men that have dreams of someday playing basketball, whether it be in the NBA or internationally. What advice would you give these young men about discipline and your perspective of making it?
Well, first of all, when most of the guys, they are highly recruited and go to these major universities, and you got to realize it's only about 400 or whatever guys playing in the NBA, but there are hundreds of countries that have professional leagues, European, and you can make a good life for yourself. But now I think it's to the point now where guys realize that. Now, younger guys, your main dream is to go to the NBA, but now it's to the point where guys with Josh Childress being the pioneer from being a top free agent in the NBA and absolutely going away to Europe for a couple years, making major money over there, then coming back and still getting a good deal in the NBA. So I think now a lot of young guys now are getting the picture now, and if you have a dream to play basketball, you can live that dream because there's many opportunities out there for it, not just the NBA, where you can make a good enough living and actually see the world. So my advice to the young guys is to keep working hard as always. You gotta, guys are saying this over and over again, but I can say that I'm one of the guys who have my education and I'm playing professionally, and when I'm done, I have a degree where I can go out and find a job.